All right, and a very good evening to all of you. This is not going to be, hey, RB Debs. I just like people to get a chance to get in here, so I don't have to repeat. Things a lot. Very nice to see you, RB Debs. What an honor to see you in here. I just want to have my say hello, Mouse Toes. Hello to you. If you tweeted out to any of the people that were in the drama thing, Stephanie Brown and all them. I want to just weigh in on this. There's a lot of people doing nice things in here. There's blowback on the other side, people that have differences of opinion. I honor everybody's opinion on YouTube here. And the reason I roll a little bit of music in the beginning, how you doing, Cesar, is I just give people a chance to come in. It also gives me a chance to just double check. My webcam setup doesn't always work the best in here. How you doing, Pam? Nice to see you. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of things that have gone on behind the scenes. I'm not going to break any confidences tonight, but I'm going to talk in generalities on here. There's a very high spirit of caring in this community. Hey, Fourscore, I see Pam out here. Pam has been uber generous to so many people, myself included. I've been on the receiving end of her generosity, and it's a wonderful thing. How you doing, Sean? It's a really wonderful thing. Yeah, it smells like WD-40. It's a beautiful thing to caring in here. But I want to make sure when people do give out of their kindness of the heart, that understand there have been a lot of boots on the ground. I'm not talking about me. Okay, I'm talking about some of the unsung heroes behind the scenes that now seem to be on very thin ice, and I'm a little worried, and I'm going to chime out for them tonight. And I'm going to speak up for them tonight to make sure that their voices don't get lost in the swirl that's currently going on right now. So let me set the stage a little bit. How you doing, hipster? Nice to see you, beautiful. Let me just tell you, set the stage. I mean, you're wonderful, Pam. And I want people to be as generous as they want to be. I have kind of a different point that I'm coming at tonight. You know, I'm on the outs. I mean, because I go on Dave's panel. I know Lindy is, I'm blocked, but I think Lindy still knows that I'm a reasonable person when all is said and done. I'm not a person to make negative videos on people, dragging people. It never's been my style. And I appreciate if people decide that they don't want me to be participating or be in there in what's going on. That's fine. But, you know, so what I'm saying is I try to be fair and balanced. Yes, I am friends of Dave's, of Becca's. I've spent time in their presence. I'm looking forward to seeing them. In Las Vegas, this has come up. Hello, Tammy. Nice to see you. This has come up now. And I really need to address the whole overall situation. Now, Kat has Kat gone through hell? Yes. There's no doubt about that. Okay, no doubt about that at all. Has Kat received help? Yes. Many people, not many, but quite a few people have stepped up into the breach and tried to do things in my own tiny little way. And I say very tiny. I've tried to be helpful. This is not about me. This is about other people that have been there on the ground. And I'm going to mention Rory, Vegas Vixen, who I love dearly, has been an integral part. And I know that Kat had given her funds to help get organized. But beyond that, being a friend, when the things hit the fan, how you doing, Deb? When the shit hits the fan, it goes beyond just organizational stuff. It drives to the heart of somebody that's willing to step in, that has a family, that's in the midst of the trauma of a physical sexual assault having occurred in Las Vegas, and still having the ability in the heart, despite having a family, the responsibilities of a husband that is in dire straits with the heart condition. See, Rory won't come out and talk about that shit. This is why I got to talk about it. I'm here to make sure going forward that whatever happens, you guys realize I want you to also want you to see the way, hopefully, that other people will be treated well that have tried to be very helpful. So before anything comes down, you know, there's already an ugly lava flow under the surface that you're not seeing right now. And I'm here tonight to just make sure that doesn't blow and erupt. It's a time to just take a deep breath. Think about what you're doing. The people that have helped you. Rory has so much on her shoulders. She's a good friend of mine. It's not my business, the relationship between her and Kat. I know she's been helpful. Full disclosure, I like Kat. She's a friend of mine. I'm not saying anything that should create any problem. What I'm saying is I want Rory to not be disrespected for anything that she's done. And another wonderful lady that you and I both know, Kat, that has been magnificently helpful in sharing with you. But I think when somebody opens a home, welcomes you, helps you take responsibility for your life, that's caring in a way. I'm not belittling. I'm not belittling anybody that opens a checkbook and just gives money. But I will say this. When you open up your home, you open up your community, you open up your whole life to somebody and try to integrate them, try to get them settled, make various trips, drive around with them, basically make sure somebody gets to where they need to be. This is really, really above and beyond. And I'm just asking from the bottom of my heart that, it really ripped me up this evening. And I'll get to the side chat in a minute. I don't mean to be rude. It really ripped me up tonight when I was sitting in Dave's stream and it was announced on the stream, that a text had been received that, Kat is on the outs with Rory, and we're kind of done. And then Rory came into the chat, and I'm just sitting there watching it too. I'm kind of like, well, what is this? And then Rory comes in, well, gee, this is news to me. Yeah, I mean, I'm making sure that Rory, that we just keep a little light shining for Rory out here. And I'm hoping that her and Kat will still be good, because they have been good friends all these years. I'm just trying to make sure that the winds of the crap that's going on now don't snuff out the light, don't snuff out the flame of what's been done. And a few other phone conversations that I've had today too. So yes, the spirit of giving is great. I'm only here tonight to just stand up and make sure that what has been done does not become disrespected in this, because there's been people, that have invested time in trying to provide legal advice and helping to draft documents and submitting and emergency petitions to courts. In the rush for all this help, which I hope you get a good lawyer, let's not forget people like Rory and the other gal, I'm not going to mention her name in here, and other people that have been helpful along the way. I hope that's not the case. But when I was on Dave's tonight, I tell you, I almost fell out of my chair. My heart for Rory just broke. And, to just think that it could just be that instantaneous after months and months and months. Hi, how you doing, Lori? I'm a little torn up. I am just a little torn up about it tonight. And I want to encourage Kat to work with Rory. You need friends like her going forward. You'll have my friendship, no problem at all. I care. I keep my trap shut. But I do talk, and I was on the phone with that other gal tonight, this afternoon, who was in a real dilemma about going forward. I'm hoping, and I'm putting this out publicly, that you will respect her decisions that she's made, because she's done a lot too. She deserves a life of peace and tranquility, and she has her own family medical issues now. All I'm just begging tonight is, please, please. I know the frame of mind. You're in. I know how the spirit of helping. I saw Stephanie Brown tonight. I try to respect the people that come in from the other side too. The Lindys. I mean, I'm not favorite person number one, but I try to be reasonable and not to be a dick. And how you doing, Celeste? Nice to see you, honey. And this is just the message that I want to get out. Yeah, Vegas Fiction has been incredible, and I'm going to just chalk it up to anybody would be in a bad state to have gone through the muck and mire that Kat has gone through. But just remember, there's only a few lamps in this dark coal mine. There's a few lanterns down here that have been lit for months and months and months. And I'm saying, please preserve that and keep that. Reach out to these people, text these people, and keep those flames burning. The measure of people is, I hate to say this sometimes, when fortune turns and people get money, and then the feeling may be, I might not need these people anymore. they've served their purpose. Now we know that's not the case. These are good people that have been helped. Let's see. I don't know how it's confused, Sean. Everybody else seems to be right on point with it. Good night, Papa Grizz. The point I'm making, Sean, is that, I want to make sure, and I'm going to be keeping a big eye out and a big ear out now for people that have done a lot of things to help along the way in their own way, to make sure that those people are respected and that they're not trashed in open chats. Okay, does that make it clear? That's the point I'm trying to make. That's all I'm saying. There's no doubt Kat and I text each other. I'm just standing up for a friend tonight that feels pretty grievously hurt. It's the point she doesn't even know if she's going to be able to make it over and retrieve some things out of Kat's place. That's no kind of way to live life. So I'm kind of standing up for Rory tonight, because like you, I've been friends with her for a lot of years too, and I will be seeing her in Las Vegas. Hopefully I'll be seeing you. So whatever this crunch time is, you can put the toothpaste back in the tube. These people still care about you very much. Oh, I'm sorry, Sean. I misunderstood then. So how you doing, Miguel? Nice to see you. So that's basically what I wanted to say tonight on here. That, I have been plugged in for a while, and I haven't talked a lot about it. And I'm not going to talk a lot about it, but I'm going to just observe and watch, as many of you do, to just make sure that the dignity and the spiritual goodness of these people is protected here. How you doing, Humpty Dumpty? Yeah, I'm not sure what the comment was about on there, but I do care. I mean, now let's talk about, should people be able to help, and should other people, people can have input on situations. But it's like Stephanie Brown said when she came into when she was running the chat tonight, and some of the people on their side chat, people have a conditioned response that if a need seems imminent, if a house is on fire, do you take time to to investigate? Do you take time to check and go inside and check the fire out? No. You immediately get help on the scene. And that's why I could tell that Stephanie Brown was a little frustrated tonight, because she did run into some resistance on the other side. The point of helping Kat turned into the point of, confrontation with Dave and Becca. And I think that misdirection was kind of confusing to people. So that's what I'm saying. Lori Green, Kat and Rory have had fights like this before, like sisters who love each other. How you doing, Suey Pete? I'm just widening it out a little bit and saying, yeah, I'm in the room with you guys too. Okay, I want to see you guys get together and get things resolved and be very positive with each other. Okay. Yeah, happy. Yeah, let's see. Okay, so I'm hope you're doing good. So when she was doing that fundraising tonight, I noticed there were quite a few people that were out of sorts. You answered, okay, about Kat in Vegas. Okay. Rory's done everything for her sister's fight or not. Well, I don't, side chat slot. I think they've had things before. But I'm just saying, we all know Rory doesn't open her mouth a lot, but she's been a really stellar friend. And I'm going to put my foot in it and just stand up for her a little bit tonight. How do we come up with 10 to 15K? hipster heaven, you know, I'm not gonna. The only thing I can say is I think the way that people move forward. You seem to be a smart cookie, hipster heaven. You seem to really get your ducks all lined up in a row. You kind of arrive at a figure like that by putting it out in chunks. This is what I need for this. This is what I need for this. This is what I need for this. Okay. For me, this is myself personally. Anything that crosses over an immediate need of food, rent, clothing, something like that needs a plan. A plan above $1,000, above $2,000 at the most, needs a plan that you tell people, yes, I need my immediate rent to be paid, which somebody was kind enough to do because Rory arranged it. So that's taken care of. Now beyond, what is it for? I don't know. I did the stream the other day talking about how you need to develop a plan. You need to set a goal in your mind. You cannot say one day I want to do this, and one day when all this clears, I want to do this. Nothing will ever clear. Unless you say to yourself and fix in your mind, by September, I want to be working, or by September, I want all legal matters closed behind me. Otherwise, there's no need to feel any kind of motivation, and you become a procrastinator. When things are done and things are done for you, procrastination can be a big enemy. And I think that's having and setting goals, if you want large quantities of money, is a reasonable expectation for that. I hope that helps, hipster. Hey, Barbie. Hey, Original Al. How are you? Hey, Dill. So, with quantities of monies involved, we all know the cost of lawyers. We know what you may not know, though, is, and I will say this, imagine you go down the path with a lawyer, and then for whatever reason, the lawyer might say, look, I'm done. Fuck it. I'm not getting what I need from you. Or you may say, I'm not getting what I need from you to the lawyer. So what happens? You go your separate ways, you settle up fees owing, and you move on. Well, guess what? Now you got to find another lawyer. Now you got to reinvent the wheel. There's nothing that carries over from the other attorney. The attorneys don't use. It's not like passing medical records back in a medical field. That attorney's going to want to sit down and hear the whole story right from the start. Well, you're right back at the situation. You know what? The meter's running. You're burning money like crazy. Now, we've had philosophical differences about the way the case should be handled. But at the end of the day, all you can do is just give advice as a friend and input. It's up to Kat to do her thing. But I'll tell you, I will just say this. Lawyers are very, very expensive. Jen draws, she said, I'm just worried. Anytime you pay for a service up front, the provider can really screw you in the end by not doing his best. That's not my business, just an opinion. Well, lawyers work on retainers. So, busy week. Hey, Green Bay Wacky. And the lawyers are tough. The best thing to do, and this was not doable in Kat's case. It was nothing, and let's be honest. This is already public information. There was no ability to sit down and have a resolution. I really believe that Kat's ex really wants to drive her into oblivion and had no interest in the immediacy of a settlement. which would have been great for the preservation of assets. But it's not great if it doesn't serve your purpose if your purpose is vengeance coming down and delivering a blow. How you doing, pretty mama? What's to be said for people to dig in their own grave? Don't dig. Don't dig. Don't dig. There is just, the lawyers don't do pro bono work. Some of them will just take a shot. It's not like tort law. It's not like liability law where a lawyer will take a case in the expectation of receiving a settlement, as a result of a traffic accident, an accidental, some type of poisoning, an incident at McDonald's, a hotel elevator breaks in the cable and the elevator plummets 30 floors and kills people. This is a different case. The outcome is like a big ball. It's like a big, room full of jello, and both lawyers and their clients are just kind of feeling their way through the jello, trying to figure shit out. Well, that's expensive. Lawyers don't put that type of work on contingency. If you have assets and you declare assets, of which CAD has assets, you will not get pro bono work done for you. That's the bottom line. Okay. Yeah, Bonneville Soft Flats and my family trust was supposed to cost $5K and up $20K. Exactly. It gets you in. Yeah, everybody thinks it won't happen. It won't happen to them. So I just wanted to tell Stephanie Brown, I think that you're very noble for what you did. Dave and Becca, I think you've been very generous with what you've done. Rory, I think you've been very generous for what you've done. Other people, we'll call her Miss B, mysterious Mrs. B, has done a lot too. And my fear is, and what I really hope doesn't happen in all this climate of depression and fear, that people that have been helpful don't get chucked under the bus here. That's my big concern. No problem, Green Bay Wacky. And Stephanie Long died. Yeah, I mean, she seemed. I'm just meeting. I've just come across some of these ladies. They're amazing in this community. I don't know what community it's called, but there's been a lot of them that have been very nice to me when I went over that didn't know me from any. But some of them I've known, Kim Beerley and a few other ones. Kim C, of course, is a mod. You can get deferred payment retainers here with lawyers. I think a lot of times in legal work, you get what you pay for. Okay. I mean, that's kind of my thought on that. If I don't know, you can't even say what you would do yourself. If I'd been in that situation, I would have done backflips to avoid lawyers. I would have just calmly, however I had to do it, just sit down and say, look, let's not burn the money on lawyers. Let's just arrive at a settlement. But there's a lot of complications here. There's a lot of complications. So I am biting my tongue a lot. I'm biting my tongue tremendously tonight. I am. But I'm really here just standing up for the people that have helped tonight. Like I said, there's that underflow of lava, of hot lava, and I don't want to see it come to the surface and burn people here. People that have been very nice. People that have done a lot but can do no more. People that have given large monetary sums, but because they cannot come across now, I want to see how they're treated when the gravy train stops, so to speak. That's my interest. That's what will define a human being to me, is how they will treat you when you have to say no. might hurt them, might break their heart. But it's how you treat that person at that moment that will really define what you really thought of that person. That's my concern. That's true, Coco Lupe. Most of us always need. I have no doubt in my mind. I have no doubt in my mind that Kat wants to retool her life. I know very well that Kat wants to have a more simplified life. I also know for a fact that Kat, when you reach age 50, you stop caring maybe so much about you start thinking of downsizing your life. You start thinking about, do I really need to have this type of image? You can be, as I said, to be a glam gal on a budget is a great thing to be. That's what people really care about. Putting on the big show for a little bit of money, that's a great thing. Yeah, best place on earth. So I saw some people. How you doing? How you doing, Mel? Nice to see you, honey. And Robert Sharp, yes, I'm very happy. Spent about 5 hours in the shop today. And your SX 1250 Pioneer is a wonderful unit, and it is great. Hello, Nicole. Oh, that would be great, Sue. I hope so. I hope so. Can she get legal aid? No. No. You know, what precludes legal aid is you have a finger in assets. See, legal aid is for people that don't have anything. It's for people I see on the streets of Oakland that maybe the odd UPS guy rolls over their foot out of spite, or, hits him with the delivery truck or something. They have no ability to get a lawyer or and that's what legal aid kind of does when you're really destitute. So who is going to Vegas now? I'm not sure. Gone hiking in the mountains, no internet. I'm not really sure, to be honest to God with you. I don't know. I know Dave and Becca are gone. I know I'm going. I'm pretty sure Bobby's going. So, and I'm really hoping that, we have more people coming, which I think that there will be. I know Mallory's coming, so it'll be good. The details of the situation are ugly, and it could get uglier. So it's not a pretty thing. So I will, of course, continue to give advice, give help when I can to Kat. I'm happy that I've been able to give some financial help, some legal advice, and I'm happy to do so going forward. I just want to make sure that take a deep breath. Don't get frustrated. Just say, okay, sorry, tomorrow's another day. All right, give a hug, and let's move on. Says she doesn't know if she's gone. People are acting funny. It's good she's careful. Well, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, side chat slut. Things have changed here dramatically in the last 3 days. Once again, there's another huge influx. Dave has had, upwards to 500 people in chats. We're all coping with new people in here. I just sit back and kind of observe and don't just tread lightly on that, because you don't really know who's who. They seem very nice people. Yeah, Vegas Barbie's going to be there. I think Mallory will be gone. Yeah, I think things will calm down. This has just been an enormous upheaval has happened over the last couple of days. Well, when you say a problem, what do you mean, Black Magic K9? I mean, what problem? I'm just making sure. See, I was shocked. I received one of the biggest shocks I've had in 2019. And I described what that was. I was sitting in Dave's chat. Dave was talking about, and Becca were talking about the need and the terrific need that Kat has. And she certainly has needs for friends and friendship and hugs and love. And that's an important thing. Unbeknownst to me, Rory was also watching the chat. And I guess somebody in the chat said, well, what about Rory? Can't she help out in the short term and take Kat in? And Becca had mentioned it's still on the hangout. You can hear her say, well, no, got a message that they're kind of on the outs now, and that Kat is kind of through with, they're not, they've gone their separate ways, or there's, they're not really friends anymore. And I was watching the chat, and then Rory came in and she's like, Dave, that's news to me. And I was like, whoa, I was like, why is Rory hearing it on here that she's no longer a friend of Kat's? I was hurt. I was hurt. I was genuinely hurt. I just texted Dave and I said, wow, well, it wasn't a false rumor, Sue. I mean, it was said right in the chat there, and it was supported. So I was hurt. I was hurt. I've texted. I mean, Rory and I talk on the daily about stuff. I love Rory a lot. I don't want to see her be hurt. I love her family, and she has all the stuff going on. She has all the stuff going on with her husband. It's Christmas time. The guy's almost at death's door. She's got 2 boys, and she still finds the time and inclination to try to be helpful. Now, I don't know the whole story, but I do know that somebody opened their home and family to you. So how much of the other side, she was compensated. Rory was compensated for some of the work that she did, which was great. But there was still the true friendship at a time of need to come and get you, to come to bring you, get you to Las Vegas, get you situated, and try to help you build a new life. I just want that. All I want is for that to be honored. Thank you, Vegas Barbie. It's Carlos Martinez. I don't care what you call him. I call him Dave. Okay. I call people by their name. I call Elvis by Elvis. I don't call him Elbow. I call him Marshall, or I call him Elvis. I don't have to buy into the name calling. Yeah, Rory's been a wonderful, wonderful friend. Yeah, I want to pray for Randy. She's, that his life goes on. He's got family. Just so many things that she did. I just want to give this preemptive sort of boom to just say, please stop. If you want to go on social media, if you want to go on Scope, if you want to, go somewhere else, please don't trash Rory. And don't trash Mrs. B either, okay? Please. Because that will set me off. I'll be honest. I'm gonna get my 1 beer. I'll be right back. Ooh. All right. Well, I think you know who it is too, Hipster Heaven. But it's all cool. Welcome back, Cesar. That's my only concern. You know, sometimes you want to, if you see a bridge washed out, or you see two trains coming towards each other, and you happen to be high up on the mountain and you can see it, do you do something to intervene? Of course you do. You want to forestall a wreck before it happens. Why? Because you care about both of the parties, both of the trains involved. You don't want the fallout to hurt people. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Vegas Barbie. That's going to be great. I'm looking forward to. I wanted to assure Mallory we'll have a good time. I won't be doing lunacy or anything like that. Okay, that's not mine. How you doing, Marcel? What's going on, honey? Simple Simon. Our code word. It's going to be dark drama in Vegas for sure. Actually, Humpty Dumpty, I think it could cut either way. There may be no drama at all. Why? Because Dave and Becca have a house full of guests that they want to get to know better. You know, there may be less time for interaction on the internet, on YouTube. So the drama may just actually disappear for a week. Or it could explode on the scene. You know, I've already decided Missy Jenn's not gone because of the personal crap that we've received. I've received, not her. And people could show up and it could be a colossal shit show. I don't know. But the question is such that you have to sacrifice one of the parties. Oh, because of others, I agree. Well, we'll see. I just, who was that said that? I just believe I have a right to, Boyd P.I., I just believe I have a right to stand up for people that have helped already, to make sure that they're honored, that their contributions and their efforts are honored. You know, that they're not driven to the point where they themselves have their mental health becomes affected. Now we have a ripple effect. It moves out. And instead of containing the misery and helping, now we have the misery start to spread to other people. And other families just wish the drama would be over and their life would move on. That's my concern. Hello, Lindsay. Be nice to see nothing for the week on Boyd. Means it was fun for the players. That's one way of looking at it. So I'm looking forward to meeting Mallory. I'm looking forward to hanging out with her. Before beat down, you know, I'd do this. I'd stand up. Oh hell, don't ever trash Pam. Oh my God. My God. Hello, Jonathan. But Nicole, if the same thing, you know, you'd feel the same way. You know, imagine in a situation where you had a dire need, really dire, and it had been ongoing, and a lot of people had come and aided. People would want to know that those people continued to be respected, and they really meant something in your life beyond just money, beyond just food, shelter, clothing, or money. The only thing I'm doing tonight is just reminding Kat that a lot of people have tried, not a lot, a few people have really tried to hold your hand and be true friends to you. That's all I'm saying. All right. Freeman, you could have talked to them prior. I don't care what you say, Boyd P.I. It doesn't matter to me. Dribble on, my friend, dribble on. You could have talked to these people in public. Maybe one of this person's incommunicado, okay? But I know the person's watching me here. How do you like that, Boyd PI? We have Rory on panel. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if she would go on panel, you know? Yeah, I'm not, ain't nothing going to happen to you, Mallory. If there's a puddle on the ground in Las Vegas, I will lay my bikini top down, so you need not soil your Ferragamo shoes. Okay, Salvador Ferragamos. How you doing? Yeah, that's fine, Boyd PI. That's the kind of trolling I would expect from someone like you. So I guess we're even. No, I've been getting sun on the daily out here. I've been getting sun out here on the daily. Mallory, just show Boyd PI the door. Okay. I mean, there's nothing obvious. It's a life coach. No, I'm a coach, and I'm a stand up for the people that have been there, and kind of just a little friendly pat on the back and say, hey, you didn't get to this point by accident. Okay. There will be brighter days. Rosie can maybe protect not a puddle. That's right. That's it. That's exactly right. Burns, don't call me when I'm on a hangout. Okay? That's my bottom line. All right? Okay. Ain't no snowflake here, but Boyd PI offers nothing to it. So I don't need to sit here and hear dribble from that. Boyd PI already made the point that you should have handled this. That means Boyd PI only cares about numbers and views and all that. So I care about putting a message out that I'm unable to deliver personally. Okay? So just to put it out there in public so that everybody can be helpful in helping with the gratefulness, and just a reminder that a lot of people have been here. A few people have been here in a major way, and let's honor and respect them too. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be cool? I know, Lindsay, wasn't that rude? No wonder they got the gate, huh? No wonder they got the gate. Yeah, do it, Pam. I got a room for you if you come in, honey. No problem at all. No problem at all. How you doing, Gigi? Nice to see you. Safe space. That's all. I think most of you would do exactly the same thing. I'd make sure Pam was well taken care of down there. But I also want to give a shout out to Stephanie Brown, and also to Dave and Becca, who have worked very closely and communicate with Kat. You can obviously see that Becca has a lot of heart and a lot of compassion. And she's been out there on the daily, taking up and standing the ground and just trying to make sure that Kat has a brighter future. And I thought it was very nice that Stephanie Brown, she was involved too and tried. See, Stephanie doesn't know any of the backstory. Stephanie comes in and just sees a house on fire. Just sees a house on fire. That's all she sees, the need. Well, let's step in and put the fire out. Well, there's a backstory and people want to spread it. So let's see. Pam together. Can you? Yeah, can you record it? Could you imagine that? Us together, Pam and I. What a hoot. Matt says, hey, Rosie, thanks for popping in last night. We had a family gathering back to work, going to school till about 30 minutes ago. It was wonderful to be on your side chat. It was absolutely wonderful. You guys are great together. You guys are great together. But that's just the message I want to deliver. Shenanigans, how are you? Wonderful. Nice to see you. I don't think you guys would have done any different. Can I have you and Nicole at the same time? Cesar. I stand with Vegas. In my mind, she has busted her ass to look at her and help her move. Just saying she is a real deal as a friend. Would help. That would help contribute to Bergs. Be nice, okay? Don't come in here and be negative. You're welcome to stay, but I don't want to turn this into your show, okay? You don't come on my panels or anything, okay? I stand with Vegas. In my mind, she's busted her ass. She's been a good friend, Mallory. That's all I want to say. Is I want all of us to stand together and just put that reminder out there that Rory has her own bills to pay too. And what she doesn't share and shares, she has a lot of the fallout from the assault that she endured in Las Vegas, okay, when she was Uber driving. That's a terrible thing. She has her own legal case going on now. And with two boys, with a husband with terrible heart disease, and still being sexually assaulted, still able to take somebody else into her life and transport this person, care for this person. That's an amazing, amazing thing. Kelsey, I go crying to Rory. Well, I want to make sure that this is my way of helping to make sure that peace is achieved, that Kat opens communications with Rory again and send her a text message and tell her you're appreciative of what she's done for you, that you value your friendship, and you hope that her friendship will last for years and years. For what I've done, that's the only request I have from you. There's Vegas. FYI, the first time I heard we weren't friends was on Days. That was shocking to me as well. So as far as I know, we're still says much love. He heard what you just said. Exactly, Vegas Fiction. And I had to stand up for you tonight because you've been such a doll baby and so wonderful. And we both care about Kat. I just want Kat to open those communication lines again. I know she's watching, and just send that message. Yes, and I do love you like family, Vegas Fiction, and I love Randy too. You're wonderful, wonderful people. Cesar, of course it's serious tonight. It's serious business being done here. There's money flying around. There's broken hearts, broken dreams. Okay. See, I'm sorry, Becca made this public at least. Rory, I'm sorry. I don't know. Let's see. Maybe she's sleeping. Yeah, she had a tough day. In my pens, Kat never said it was private. I didn't think it was, Becca. You said it on there, so that's fine. I think Becca wishes the same thing I do. Open those lines of communication and rekindle that friendship. That's all I'm saying. Let's stand up for Rory a little bit. Okay. She won't ever come out and flap her own gums. So I'm doing it tonight. Let's see. I hope Kat gets what she needs her, and I don't wish her anything bad. I've also tried to, Mel, you got your own shit going on. This is somebody I've come to love dearly, tiny comedian here, and the issues that she faces, and just taking that as a model. And I don't give a shit what anybody said about stuff. I just know her and how much you've touched my heart, and what an amazing person you are. So. Yeah, you got to love flapping gums. There you go, Sean. There we go. Jesse's like, plant one on me. That's my girl. She got me all tingly and everything. So everyone needs to read Dave Ramsey. I like Dave Ramsey. I listen to his radio show on the daily. He's amazing. Yeah, I like Dave Ramsey. Thanks, Rosie. I ain't nothing, Mel. I'm the old bat. But I'm an old bat with eyes, and I'm an old bat with an, even though Dave says I have early Alzheimer's because I took the wrong freeway exit and got trapped going to San Francisco yesterday. See? Dave is such a dick. That's it. You're the youngest. Oh, yeah, there he goes. Side chat slut. I think in the end, all this is true. She will see how much love we have and didn't react to things that have been said. That's what I'm saying. That's what I wanted to do, Rory, was kind of jump into tonight, put my public thought out there, then pull back and just take a deep breath. Text Rory, tell her you love her, and let's get things on track. Okay. Text Mrs. B, tell her you love her too. Okay. These are people that two gals that are very, very out of sorts right now. So Mel. Time of depression tea, people think, I'm sure it was one of those moments where, I do have nefarious intentions. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just trying to give a little bit of a wake up, little light tap on the rump. Good night, Cobra John. Thank you. I went through my reset today. We'll see what happens. I'm going to get the oil changed and hope for the best. Yeah, Humpty Dumpty, I'm not quite sure what that means. But I don't think some of the people on the other side can take great solace of trying to turn an effort to help into a negative thing. I think even Stellar was a little bit appalled by that tonight in Stephanie Brown's. So, yeah, there we go, Tara. Mod check 1, 2, 3. Mod check. How you doing, Stewie? What's going on, Stewie? So I'm not sure Humpty Dumpty. I don't really know how to answer that. I mean, obviously Becca and Dave have given. Becca's probably in daily communication with Kat. They've had her up on panel and laughing and hijinks and all that. But that's characteristic of depression, where you do have those intermittent phases. And yeah, so I haven't seen Humpty Dumpty in the chat before, so, but I just know that there was a positive thing. No, don't ask for money, never. Live it. I don't know. The chats always have a memory here. Oh, there's my Barbie girl. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing. Hope you're feeling good, baby, and strong about yourself. Come on out there, and I'm gonna give you a big. We're gonna do a big booby hug. That's it. Oh Lord, Charlie is straight up on. Witching is Charlie. Charlie, I love Charlie. You see how big Charlie is? I love it when Pam is doing her show and Charlie's behind and he's crawling all up on Pam and biting the hat off her head, and she's trying to watch the camera, and Ricky's like, damn, what the hell are you doing, Charlie? Cheers, Tammy. Love you too, honey. Love you too. I don't want to fight with Bergs tonight. Okay. I'm not engaged with Bergs anymore. I've just moved on. I don't need it in my life. Humpty Dumpty. I just want her to be happy. It doesn't help that people kill her motivation, call her a scammer, an eBay, or she needs help. But the internet could, well, that was a little bit of my concern too, Rory. But my concern is just a more selfish nature for you and what you've done, because you won't come out. You will sit on that. And I just want to make sure that I'm going to stand up for you. And I know we didn't talk about it, but I'm going to stand up for you. You're my girl. You're my girl in this whole fight. Okay, that's me. What did Mallory say? What was the advice that she had? Rosie, go fuck you. Let's see. If you ask for money, my advice is once you get it, close down your channel, go into hiding, and never forget. Yeah, probably good advice. Probably good advice. You really need a man. Can I come up? Yeah, I'm gonna give you a link, Rory. Make sure you're got your earbud microphone in, honey, because otherwise on your Apple iPhone it sucks balls. So now I might ask you a couple other questions too, so understand that. So, but I don't want you mad at me because I stood up for you tonight and put this out. I just want this to be public. Okay. Lose 30 pounds. You really want me to lose 30 pounds? Cesar, really? Huh? Really, honey? Where do you want me to lose it? God almighty. Oh, shit. Cesar, you're killing me. Yeah, let's hear what Rory says. Bergs only comes over here when it conveniences him. So take a hike. Let's see. Yeah, don't fight. There we go. Make love, Robert. How about the way Robert shocked everybody last night, sitting there eating dinner at Nations? Yeah, Rosie, I was going up to People's Park and I was trying to score some acid. It's like, what? What? He's going to People's Park in Berkeley. Yeah, I'm trying to get some acid. It's like, Robert, our handsome Robert, are you kidding me? Thank you, Michelle. There we go, Coco. I mean, that's funny. I am like the other girls. I love it when Cesar calls me the old bat. I feel so happy about that when he calls me the old bat. Let me send this link to Vegas Fixin'. Hopefully she ain't in the bottle yet. So let's see, Vegas Fixin'. Let's see. All right. Yeah, Robert's like, woo. I was like, woo, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Thank you, Carl. Thank you. Thank you. I think Robert is very happy. We've got that thing. I can make it like new at gmail.com. Cheers, Aussie. Get told lose 30 pounds, Rosie. I'll lose 180 and block. You mad, bro? That's funny as hell. All right. Well, let everybody know I'm going to have Vegas Vixen up here. So this will answer a lot of questions about how you cannot have you cannot have legal aid and other things here. So, I mean, could you imagine? I almost fell out of my seat when Robert told me that on the thing.
Hey, Rosie.
Hey, Rory, welcome aboard. Oh, the old bat can actually hear you tonight. Are you not mad at me, are you?
No, I'm not mad at you.
Okay.
That was a little shocking.
No, I meant tonight because I love you like a little sister, like a daughter, whatever. And I want to just publicly just put it out there to sort of forestall any problems in the future and kind of push things back together between you and Kat, and also the person I call Mrs. B, to just make sure you guys are respected for everything that you've done. So I didn't want you to be mad. So
right. I kind of wanted to come on here because, like I said in the side chat, I said the internet can be good or bad for her, right? And
right.
She looks at the internet and the people as friends, and then she has another side that just harangue her for anything she does moving up. Like anything. It's like, oh, well, you're broke and you shouldn't be doing this or whatever. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And one thing that people keep on coming back to is that she lives in this luxury condo and it's 3 bedrooms and whatever. If you look at, I just wanted to say this, okay? If you look at the real estate, and mind you, we live in North Las Vegas, not Las Vegas. We live in North Las Vegas, okay? If you look at the real estate for a 1-bedroom ghetto ass apartment on the 3rd floor, maybe you could find something for $600 a month. Okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you don't want to put her down on Main Street though, on or East Fremont Street way over.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Be a
The
safe
idea, right. Yeah. So basically when she came to Vegas, she actually flew into Arizona. And it was so expensive to fly from there, and she had to fight so hard to get out there for just one meeting after a hurricane. And at the time, although she was in a grid where her power worked and her water was on sometimes, okay, her apartment building or her condo building wasn't blown over. She doesn't drive, there was no Uber service. The hospitals or any kind of medical facility was blown over. So anything she could do to help her health and her injury was gone. Like I said, she didn't drive and have a way of getting around. So even delivery services for groceries were out because half the grocery stores were blown over. The
Right.
postal service didn't work. So even if she did sell some of her stuff, she couldn't even send it out. She kind of was the condo was on a 2nd floor and she can barely walk. Okay. So it made more sense that she come to Las Vegas because it was only $50 trip there and $50 trip back. And as you know, Rosie, without getting into too much detail, we were planning on filing things ourselves.
Exactly.
So, for her to fly from Panama City, even though there's no Uber to take her to a fucking, like, honestly, she had to ask somebody, like a random person to take her to the airport. Well, not a random person, someone she briefly knew. Okay. For her to fly in every time she had to do some kind of a deposition or be there, that would be a ridiculous cost. And she would have to fight for that. You know what I mean? So, she couldn't even, she couldn't even get pizza delivered there at the time because everything was blown over basically. So when
I get that. I'm just going to read one element in the side chat, and of course Mallory Williams makes a hell of a lot of sense here. She says, which I would do if I was in that situation, I would immediately go on Craigslist and pick up a roommate or two and get them into that get them in there. That's one thing. It doesn't have to be a guy, just something to get a little cash flow going. But anyway, continue on. I thought that was a good idea. I mean, fuck, I lived in a boarding house. People laughed at me like it was the 1930s. Woo, Pam, thank you, honey. Lighten it up. $99.99 tonight. Thank you, sweetie. Woo.
Right. Okay, so Mallory, I'll get on to that part of it, okay?
Okay, go ahead, Rory. I didn't mean to slow you down. Thank you, Pam.
So she came and stayed with me, and at this time she had no privacy. I have 2 boys in a 3-bedroom house. Okay. She also had some things that we brought from storage, and she wanted to sell those things. And I moved out of my shop. Probably it was in June of last year, of which I put it in a storage pod, and I couldn't access any of my stuff unless it was like a big deal to sell stuff. Yeah, right.
I remember that time. Yeah.
She wanted to stay here, but she wanted her privacy, and I understood that. And I also wanted a space to sell my things out of. Okay. So I agreed. Basically at this point.
Was that the shop you had, Rory? Remember your shop, Biddy?
Yeah. Yeah. there's a long story with that, but anyways,
Oh, okay.
so it got sold, but
Yeah, no,
I,
Vegas fiction always has a lot. Nothing's ever simple in Rory's life.
you know what, I tell these stories and people are like, that is over exaggerated, and when they look at it, they're like, holy shit, that really happened. Okay, so we were looking around at places, and she had picked out, knowing that I wanted a spot to do my stuff out of. She had picked out an $800 apartment, and that's the lowest you can pretty much go in North Las Vegas unless you're in the hood.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah,
safely.
yeah, safely, and that place was not safe. And she was mainly looking for places, and she'll hate me for giving her business out, but honestly, she hasn't worked in a while, so she has no work history. She hadn't had a bank account in years. To get into a place without a proper credit check and showing these things, it's not really gonna be easy. Do you know what I mean? Um,
Exactly.
so the main thing too, also because we were minding my gas, that we wanted it close to my home so that I could come over and help her.
Exactly. Yeah,
I,
there were a lot of constraints to make to optimize the choice. Exactly.
right. So yes, she did get a 3-bedroom condo, but for the area, if you look around and the safety of the area, because there's a bad part of North Las Vegas, trust me, okay? But for the area where she would be safe on the first floor and could get around to good doctors and hospitals, close to hospitals, and have a vicinity where it wouldn't be too much if she took an Uber somewhere because there's a shopping center around there or a post office or whatever. We picked this place, and she was able to get in there without a credit check, which is fine because it would be very difficult. I mean, she looked at other places, but honestly, it didn't like it was the best choice for it. Okay. So, so then I pay for, like, everyone's like, oh, well, she has this luxury condo. Get roommates. Well, technically, I'm a roommate. I pay 1/3 of the bill. Okay. There's another room there, and I don't know if she feels comfortable right now renting to a stranger. Do you know what I mean? So at this point, this was kind
Well,
of
sometimes just a devil's advocate. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. To
well,
just you got to take a shot sometimes. But I can understand that. Go ahead.
right.
Everybody's
And,
different. She may
and
not be that kind of person. Like I said, I lived in a 12-person boarding house, so
right.
nobody even knows what the hell they are. And good night, Matt and Eric. Good night. But go ahead. Hi
Well,
again.
well, Rosie, I'm just going to say you're a much tougher person than her as far as you can be in a 12-person boarding house. I mean, I mean, it's like a culture shock for her,
Of
honestly.
course, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and on top of that, she's very depressed, and she has been people are like, why doesn't she sell her shit? She's been selling lots and stuff like that. It just takes a minute to get through the groove. And that the plan was is we were waiting for her to be able, because we were promised at mediation that she could go pick up her things and she could sell things out of it. And then shortly after, we got this condo, and basically the lawyers were dicking her around. She hasn't gotten any of her stuff yet. So I mean, for she got overwhelmed with it, and it wasn't an intention of I have to have the best luxury condo. This was like the only option really that was safe.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Mallory says tough times call for tough people. She should have been sofa surfing on your couch surfing at your house or something like that. I don't know. I don't
Well,
know.
Mallory, I just explained that. I mean, we were helping each other with this place. Like, I needed a space to sell my things out of too. I've done so many furniture rehabs and done things over there that I can't do here, because I honestly I live in a 3-bedroom house, and Randy came from a huge 1,400 square foot shop, and I came from a 5,000 square foot house. You know what I mean? So we're
Yeah.
living in a 1,200 square foot house, and it's like putting, yeah, with 2 boys, and it's kind of like putting 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm not a hoarder by any means, but it's like it goes in storage, and it would be nice to sell it, you
Yep.
know? So, and
Yeah.
it worked out great because she had no furniture. So at the time being, she could use some of my furniture. It was fine. Like, but when people say that stuff, it's just, it's kind of, to me, I feel like they're not seeing the big picture. And then with the internet, I've heard
Wow, Pam.
horrible things.
Holy smokes, Pam. Another 99.99. Goodness gracious. Oh, wow. Is that from Charlie? Thank you, honey. Good Lord. I can pay my bills this month. Woo.
Woo! I can't see the side chat, guys, so I'm just gonna go woo with her. Right.
Wow. Pam's lighting it up tonight. Wow.
Right.
Wow. Anyway, so Rory, I didn't mean to cut you off. I certainly have to acknowledge that tonight. So
Right.
Risa
So-
said it's so easy for everyone to come up with solutions for other people's life. Well, people do care down here, and when you do put out a video and you do publicly ask for help, do people have a right to give input on the other side? Yes, they do. But I tell you, when somebody asks for help, the immediate thing is to help them. Now, what happened in Stephanie Brown's tonight was it was used. It suddenly turned into a Dave and Lindy versus Dave and Becca versus Lindy thing again. And look, I don't care what they do with each other, but it changed the whole tenor of it then turned into a kind of a back and forth contest, and it kind of lost the air kind of came out of the whole event. But so okay, go ahead.
So what I just wanted to explain that part, and maybe some people can't understand that.
Yeah,
But
in fact, if you want a link or anything, if anybody else wants a link, let me know on here. So go ahead, Rory.
yeah, so I don't know if people can understand that, but the condo was intended for both of us to get our shit together. Do you know what I mean? It's not like she had to have a luxury condo for herself, like people say. Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. So you were actually a roommate of hers, but using it as a shop. Okay, Nicole, hold on a minute.
So yeah. So also,
damn, jeez, Pam. She just popped on another 99.99. What did I do to deserve that? Holy smokes, Pam. Oh gosh. Oh man, what am I going to have to do? I'm going to have to clean every outhouse down in Tennessee now, or what?
Yeah.
Thank you, Pam. Oh my goodness.
You know what, Rosie? I got Randy here, and he was telling me to tell you something, but he can tell you before. She picked out an apartment to be frugal, okay? And Randy's like, I don't know if you want to live there. She goes, it looks safe. It looks safe, right? And Randy went past there. He's like, Rory, I need to take you guys past this because this is kind of the hood. You know what I mean? I mean, you can ask Randy. Like, this was a safe place that he felt comfortable with me being at by myself till like whatever time with another woman, and like
yeah.
It's gated. It had, like if we were selling things on Craigslist, it was high security. Do you know what I mean? Like it's not like she just had to pick out the best apartment in North Las Vegas. That's not what it was.
No, I understand. Now you've made things a little bit clearer. See, we didn't know. I mean, you're welcome to have a link if you want, Becca. Now we kind of understand, Rory, that this 3-bedroom was actually like a storage area for you, as well as a place
and a staging area area. People want to come over, and when you find, like, honestly, I'm going to be truthful, like I fix a lot of things up out of the trash that people throw away. But the thing is when you are selling something that you like hand created or fixed up or something, you need to have it staged. You can't just like have it in like a fucking dirty storage locker.
I understand that. You're helping people understand a little more. Now I will feed some of the side chat to you as it does come through. Like I say, am I wrong? And welcome, Nicole. Am I wrong? If you do put out a video and two videos in it,
Hi, Nicole.
Sorry, I'm going to stay quiet while you two are talking for a minute, and then I'll come in. I just want you two to be able to.
No, I just want to finish this one point. And thanks for coming in, Nicole. Nice to see you, honey. That when you do ask for help, and it is in a public forum of putting out a video and asking for that, and a very desperate video, I might add, then at that point, you do sort of open yourself up for people to learn a little bit more. And of course, as I said tonight when I started this, my intention was to make sure did my good friend Rory, did somebody stood up for her and said, honey, I got your back too. And I know the glory, I know the things you've done to be helpful. And I want to honor what you did. And also what Mrs. B did.
Right. And Mrs. B has went above and beyond. And
Yeah.
I'm glad that no one's trashing her, because
I want to make sure, because I had a conversation with Mrs. B, and I'll just leave it at that, and I'm just saying, oh no, Pam.
Jesus Christ.
Are you kidding me, Pam? You're just lighting it up tonight. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Oh my God, Pam, adopt me. Pam. Oh my goodness. Pam, did you hit the lottery, the Tennessee lottery or something? The Georgia lottery? Holy hell.
Yeah. So in ending on this whole condo thing, because I got to plug my phone in, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
And ending on this whole condo thing, I don't think people realize that I haven't worked since I got assaulted, which was 11/2 of last year. So for anything that could help me make money, like the condo, helps me out. It's not just about her. It helps me out. I make money out of there. So, I mean, for people to say, oh, she's in this luxury condo and she's asking people to pay it. I had an agreement with her. I'm paying $400 a month. And if she can't come up because she literally is fucked by, this whole divorce with the rest of it, she asks people for help and they're more than happy to help her. But the thing is the people that come on and like say that she's using me, and I'm like, I understand where people could interpret certain things. Like there was a couch incident the other day. She has an injury. That couch was a surprise. I only said something about that because everyone was worried about the video that she put up, and I said, and asking me to go over there. And I just said I delivered a couch over there, but they made a big deal about it, saying that she wouldn't even get off her ass and like help me. That's not what happened. It was a surprise.
I'm glad you set this. I am glad that you do put that out there. Yeah, I'm sending. I'll be sending more nudes over that way, Pam. Thank you very much. Yes, I understand. This is why it's good to have you on. And I'm saying I know that Kat has been grateful for your help, and I know that you're getting something out of the arrangement too. And I thank you for just kind of shedding more light about what it is. It's not just having the exclusive run of a 3-bedroom condo. It's being used for other purposes.
It is. And every kind of dig like that to her demotivates her from getting on the train. I mean, she does sell things, but I mean, like, it just like kills her morale. This is something new to her, like asking for help. And like that's the thing. It's like she gets in this shell because people are harassing her, and it's like you're kicking her while she's down. And this has to be the lowest that she's been. Okay. And not to mention that she hasn't been able to afford her medication, which also contributes to her personality on the internet right now. But I mean,
wait a minute. Let's stop there a minute. Now, I'm not telling any. I helped with or tried to provide advice on reinstating the health insurance and getting all that. It was my understanding, Rory, am I wrong or not, that was reinstated and she now has health insurance?
She now does, but the insurance company dicks her around every single month, and it's around the wrong time of the month when she needs it.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, that's
yeah. So my thing is like, I just don't like, and the thing is I hear so much bullshit about things, and I just keep my mouth quiet. And the reason I do, and I've explained this in other things, is she's going through a divorce. Anything that's said on the internet can be used against her. It can. I mean, I'm not saying from random parties. I'm talking about people involved. It can be used against her, and I'm not going to do that. I'm
not gonna. I only want to make sure she's being taken care of from a soon-to-be ex-husband point of view. And we know the vindictive. This is really worse than War of the Roses, Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner. This is far eclipsing that. The only
Oh
thing
God, I
the
saw
only
her.
thing that's missing, the only thing missing now is physical violence, okay, at the current time. But what I'm saying is, you guys don't know the half of the bad shit that's gone on. It's not my intention to disclose that, but there has been a very high degree of stress and a lot of reasons that I can empathize with Kat and understand exactly where she's coming from
Plug my phone
in this whole mess. But I've got to also stand up and be protective of Kat and also Mrs. B in this situation too. So Nicole, do you have anything that
Who the fuck is Mrs. B?
well, it's somebody else that's been very helpful.
Okay, see, a lot of people don't know who the hell you're talking about.
Well, it's not
They don't need to. They don't need
let's
to.
just say
Okay. So it's an association of. Okay, that clears things up. Okay.
I've been a long-standing friend.
I think that I know from me anyway. I don't know about other people, but I was confused because I don't know who this person is.
It's been very helpful behind the scenes, and has been a confidant and tried to be a very good friend. And I just want to make sure that Mrs. B is stood up for too here. I don't have permission to disclose.
Okay, no, that's fine. I'm not asking you to disclose. I'm just
I
okay.
have a text into that person. I've not received a reply from that person, so I want to.
Rosie, before we get off the subject, and I'll mute myself so you guys can talk. But
No, I'm done. Go
you
ahead.
said
Anything Nicole wants to add to it, that's fine.
Yeah, you said the whole physical violence thing. There's a lot of things that people don't know that can't be said on the internet. But I will say one thing: I have seen a display of Ari doing physical violence on Kat myself, and he has threatened to kill me over this. Okay,
yeah, I remember we went through that. I remember we went through that era over there trying to recover and inventory and figure. I know.
Yeah,
I mean,
so I have to say that for what you see on the internet is not everything, and all of this stuff on her and the way she breaks down, she is like holding her tongue, and like a lot of other people are, and for for people to criticize her for certain things, you're just mentally breaking her down more because this drives her nuts.
You do have to realize though, Rory, that this is the internet. People are assholes on the internet, and whether we like it or not, people are gonna try and run somebody down, no matter who they are.
Right.
And that's the sad thing of the internet, really.
Yeah, well, I think that's what shocked Stephanie Brown tonight. And I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but I'm just saying I don't think that the thing went the way that Stephanie Brown thought that it would go tonight. The funding, because it was kind of polluted with kind of people coming over and dumping on it. But on the other hand, Nicole, if you do put out a very public plea for help.
Oh, I know. I know.
Yeah, people will come out and they will express their opinions. And I saw Lindy over there expressing her opinions about that. I just want to keep this focused on.
Well, I think that the problem with YouTube as a whole is that people only see some very small percentage of your life. So if you share any kind of positive or joy during your struggle, people are going to use that against you, even though it's something that has lifted you slightly. People are still going to use it against you because people are assholes. It's just the reality of things.
Just check my. Let me just.
No,
see.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, and people are assholes, but you know what? I mean.
Okay, well, I've got permission to name Mrs. B, so I'll go ahead and put her name out to many of you know her as Lisa on here, and I would not have put the name out, but I did have her express permission.
I like Lisa; she's nice.
Yeah, she's an incredibly articulate, polished. Lives a wonderful life down in San Diego, and she's been a longtime friend. And she's another one that I've conversed with, and it has a lot of love for Kat, just like Rory does. And I just want to make sure that things don't derail from this point onward with these.
I didn't know that side chat slip, but anyway, carry on, Rosie.
Okay, we'll go ahead, side chat slip. But if I put it out because I don't know how invested people are. And you really do need permission, people's permission to talk about this. And I do care about Lisa. As you know, Nicole and Rory, she's a low profile person here. She's
the girl that had the problems with NASA a few years ago, didn't she?
Yeah,
Yeah, I thought so. It is who I thought it was. And yeah,
made up all that bullshit about this fantasy relationship.
I remember.
Yeah, he came clean about it though. Under heat, he came clean about it. But I just think that she's a wonderful person, and she's very sweet, and she's very giving, and I just want her acknowledged too. And I'm glad she gave me permission to say that tonight, to acknowledge her contributions and her love and caring. And I did, she has her own medical issues in her own family too that she deals with. There's a lot of people, Nicole, that do amazing things, like Rory with her husband, with the heart, with the kids raising, and being involved in transporting. And then I don't mean to rub this, Rory, but the sexual assault that happened to Uber drivers, it's a very stressful thing for you.
Oh, I get it. Trust me, I get it.
She's got her own issues going on. That's what really...
See, this is the thing. We all have issues, no matter who we are. Well, maybe not Joe King, because he thinks he's perfect. But we all have issues. And constantly attacking each other and fighting each other and this never-ending cycle of bullshit is not helping anyone. It's really not. And I mean, what do people get out of it? Like, honestly, like, I'll ask the side chat right now. What do you get out of attacking people every single day and coming online and just fighting all the time? What is it? What is the worth of that for you? Because for me, that is just a waste of life.
Well, Nicole, let's acknowledge the 800-pound gorilla in the room. And I don't mean just because Lindy here, but there is a back and forth. There has been this pitched battle for months that goes on in the community. And
why does it go on, Rosie? Because people keep it going on. They don't stop it.
But you and I have chosen to sort of not participate in it, and that's accrued to our benefit. But
well, Lindy, with all respect, if you're going to spend the rest of your life going after Kat, you're going to be miserable. That's all I'm going to say. Because you're going to spend your life fighting, and that's a miserable freaking way to live.
And I understand, Nicole. I'm just saying, you made a decision and I made a decision, and there were consequences of our decision of where we go, and we understand that. But I honor people's right to have who they want in their chat. So I didn't make an issue out of it. But let's just acknowledge that it is a reality of the boys. So it happens. Now
Thanks, Becca.
It sort of bled over into Stephanie Brown's fundraising effort tonight. That was my concern about that it took that totally off point. So how you doing, Mrs. Crafty? Nice to see you.
Hey, Rosie, it's Randy.
Hey, Randy, how are you, my friend?
Good. I just wanted to say that sometimes I question the amount of time that my wife spends on the internet, and that is she actually dealing with. But I do want to say that it's a blessing to have friends like you and Jen and Bobby, come from this. And I really do mean that.
Yeah, that means a lot to us, Randy. And there's not I won't say a day, but there's not a week that goes by that we don't think about you. That I text your wife back and forth, and her love and concern, and the other issues that she deals with, the legal issues, the psychological issues of what the awful thing that happened to her, and your medical condition. That you have an amazing woman there. And I just want to stand up and validate her today, and also Lisa Carley as two women that have been, well, to a much greater extent than I have. I've helped on a few legal things and some financial things, but my God, they're day in and day out. And when things are under stress like now, and emotions can get raw and depression, I just want Kat to take a deep breath and know that these are the people that have been ride and die with her on this thing. So let's not go negative on these people. That's all.
Right on. That's very cool. You know, I wouldn't throw Kat under the bus for nothing, but I do want to say that I really do value your guys' friendship, and I'm glad that you're friends with my lady. It really means a lot to us.
Yeah, and I hope to see you. So at least we can break bread and have a good time in Vegas, Randy. So thank you.
Looking forward to it, Rosie.
Cool. Oh, here we go. Here comes Skiwee, land of Kush. Here we go. Bye, Skiwee.
Look at that. You got honored by Randy being on your hangout.
Oh, I know. I know. He's an amazing.
He seems very nice, Rory. I've never heard him speak before. He seems nice.
Such a sweetheart. He really is. He's fun and he laughs. Yeah, Lisa, you're welcome to have a link if you want, honey. Just let me know. She says.
I'll send out my add contact thing, and then if anybody wants to get a link, I'll sort it out for you, Rosie.
Give it to anybody. I'm just trying to keep this very controlled.
No, I know. No, I know. I mean, just people you say, obviously.
Yeah.
If Rosie says.
Or Becca or.
Okay, add me there if you want a link if Rosie's approved it, okay?
Yep. Yeah, so give Lisa a link here because this is good. We're affirming on both sides then that we do care about Kat a lot, and also that we care about Lisa and Rory and just want the best for them too. So yeah, you're allowed, Mallory. Of course you are.
I am squished, Mallory. Shut up. Do you want Mallory to have a link, did you say?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, bear with me 1 second.
And funny, Rory, Kitten Cat said she used to not be crazy about you, but now you're okay.
Who's that?
Kitten Cat said that earlier on.
Oh.
By the way, guys, Randy is way too young for me. He's 51 years old, and I'm looking for an 80-year-old.
Yeah, I'm getting Rory, I'm getting there as fast as I possibly can. Okay.
All right. Lisa, I don't know if you got that link that I just posted, but can you add me there so I can send you a link, love? Thank you.
All right. I will just go grab a refill on this and be right back. So yeah, get Mallory.
All right, Rosie.
Yeah, because Mallory, she's not gonna. She'll have an opinion on stuff. So.
Yeah, Mallory doesn't have an opinion. You sure about that, Rosie?
Oh my God.
Hi, Vicky. Thank you. I know. I do need to sort my picture out. I was just trying to find something different to change it up a little bit, but.
First thing Mallory's going to do is put my head in the toilet and push the flush on the damn thing.
Hello, darling.
Lisa, what's your email? I'll email it to you.
About you.
Hey, Mallory.
Vegas.
I just felt like I needed to be up here and bear witness that I need to be sitting next to Rory up here because she is the lady of the hour. I'm just saying. We have been praising you.
Yeah.
Honestly, I just want to put that out there for anybody that doesn't know Rory. I'd like to say I've known her for several years, but it's really has been, in my mind, honest to God, the past immediate months that I've really gotten a chance to look a little bit closer to her than I probably took the time to do before. And she is an incredibly giving human being, just giving, and has the patience of a saint. And I think we could all be fortunate if we had a friend like Rory. I'm just saying, she's a good woman.
Well, thank you, Mallory.
I guess we're turning this into a roast tonight, aren't we? We're like cheering Vegas tonight and Lisa.
No, Rosie, don't talk about roast because then we'll have friggin' Cesar in here talking about spit roasts and shit. We can't deal with that thing.
Get the moonshine out.
Actually, Rory, it was Kitten Cat. She didn't used to be crazy about you. Now she likes you, kind of. So.
Kind of, yeah, because I'm an asshole.
I always have to say kinda,
Yeah, let's not talk about the asshole tour. Let's just not talk about that.
Yeah. Well, nice to hear Randy. So I'm asking her, Kat, pick up that phone and send Rory a text tonight, and let's get things on track. And friendship is a wonderful thing. And let's put this ball over the goal line. That's the goal we all have here. So.
You know what? You know what though? Kat and I have a relationship where if we don't hear from each other for like a day, I'll email her, and if not, then like we start to worry. But like she's probably sleeping right now, so you know, I was kind of shocked what was said on Dave's, and I was confused. So
Hey guys, can
Hey,
you hear me?
Lisa.
hey
Here's
Lisa.
I was stunned. I'll go beyond confused, Rory. You know, you know, we were, well, let's call a spade a spade. I mean, you were shocked and I was shocked. So you texted me after that. So Lisa, nice to see you, sweetie.
Nice to see you. I haven't been on your channel in forever.
I know that's a terrible thing. When we've remedied that tonight. I
know.
didn't mean to be silly earlier. I protected your identity, but you're another person that, you know, we had a nice conversation today, and you're another person that's been all up positive and really been in there pitching and doing everything that you could. So I'm happy that you know, I'm happy you're up here tonight and happy to affirm what a wonderful person you are and how much of a friend you've been.
Thank you so much. And for anybody that doesn't know, I think I told Rory, I don't know. Yeah, Rory, I think I told you that about a half an hour I did text back and forth with Kat. So she is okay. I don't know if she's asleep now, but I know, and I said to her, I said, just let people know you're okay, because, you know, we do worry about her. And when someone is in such a dark place, it can be scary for all parties.
Yeah, it is. And we try to give them a lot of slack. We try to give them a lot of leeway, you know, and give them a lot of room to do things that they may regret later. But my thing was just standing up now and saying, let's stop any train wreck before it happens at this point in time, and honor and these people that have come up and these people that are here now, Rory and Lisa, that have been so wonderful. And we've all been kind of a tight circle around Kat, I guess, over the last 6 months in particular. It hasn't always been easy, but you know, Rory being there on the daily, and you have your own stuff you deal with in your own life, and you know, I think you're an amazing person.
Yeah, you know, Lisa has done so much for Kat, and I can only do so much because I don't have a penny to pinch, right? Like, but Lisa is and was the person that helped her out a lot, and I guess Lisa can go from there. But I mean, like she has a support system in some ways, and then the internet, and I guess Lisa, go ahead.
Well, yeah, the internet can sort of be like a double-edged sword. It can help, you know, it can help you, and then it can also cut you to pieces. And I think when someone, especially with a divorce, it's so emotional that sometimes I don't know if it's the best thing to do, you know, and I've said this to her, and I'll say this to anybody, to put that type of stuff out there, because some people will turn it and use it, and it's difficult. You know, it's a difficult balance of just balancing the whole thing and being able to just let some things roll off your back.
The other thing is, Kat gives little glimpses of herself, you know, that you can pick up from a psychological point of view. And when she came out and mentioned that she likes to be liked, she's a person that likes people to like her. You know, she's predisposed to be happy when people are happy with her. You know what I mean?
Who doesn't know? I mean, come on, we all want to be liked.
Like Nicole, I can function this in a very negative, sort of toxic environment. There's other people that it kind of, maybe we call it the boy brain, as Bergs used to call it, like stuff bounces. Okay, you know, but Kat's not the kind of thing. I think that stuff just bounces off of Kat. You know, I think she takes things a little more to heart. That's why the internet can sometimes be a terrible thing, you know, for somebody like that has to sit there and watch chat scroll by and see negative comments and things. So
I can see that.
Yeah.
Am I right on that, Lisa? Am I right on that? That that she does have that.
Hi,
You know,
Abby.
Yeah, I
doesn't really deal well with negative situations and things.
yeah, and she and we like what Nicole said, we all like to be liked, but I think some people feel that a little bit more, and and especially when you are in a divorce or something that's really difficult, everything seems heightened. Do you know what I mean? No matter whatever's coming at you seems
You're
yes.
sensitive. You're more raw.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a friend, you just sort of have to let things roll off your back and just move on. And it's okay because it's life. That's what happens between friends. And then you move on and it's okay. But I think the biggest thing is for her to know that people care about her, and she is a human being. And I think on the internet people forget that because they're behind a screen. They forget that there's emotions there and there's a human being there that
Yeah, and let me just say to Lindy, I'm here to stand up for Rory and Lisa tonight. I'm not here to get into the battle of your past relationship.
Hang on a minute. Lindy, I thought you hated Rosie anyway because of where she goes. You said that you had her blocked, so what's the problem? Just like you blocked me because of going in Dave's side chat. So what's your problem? Seriously.
Well, I'm not sure. I didn't think we were in a bad way. I'm just saying my intention tonight was to be here was to talk about Rory and Lisa and some
Exactly. The topic keeps being diverted by people's own problems.
I'm not privy to all the other years of things that went on before. I wasn't involved in all of that back and forth things.
I know.
Can I say something? Can I say something?
I'm just saying I'm not here to provoke reopen the guns a blazing again. I'm just here to honor Lisa and Vegas Vixen. So go ahead.
Yeah, can I say something, Lindy? Yeah. I'm just gonna be blunt. This isn't about you, and there's another topic. There's another time to do this. Okay, you literally have driven her nuts over while she's at her lowest in a divorce, and have caused so many problems in my life because you come on and just assume things and throw it out there. I'm just gonna say that, okay? And I really would appreciate, like I asked you. And mind you, Lindy, you can say this. I have texted her and asked her to back off of her because she's really depressed. When someone is that depressed and somebody who dislikes you, although we do agree on some things, okay? I've never had a truce with you. I'm a strong ass bitch and I believe what I believe, okay? But when I'm not trashing you right now, but when I come to you and say, please lay off of her for a little bit because she's having a mental breakdown right now and she's depressed, and you keep on going, that's something to be said. Okay, I'm coming to you asking you about this. I'm asking you, I'm giving you information about other things we agree on. I'm not best friends with you. I don't talk to you all the time unless it's something we agree on. We hate each other, but we can get along about certain things. And I'm just asking you the fucking favor to leave her the fuck alone for a minute.
Now, can I say something?
Of course.
I'll make mine really quick.
Go ahead.
Listen, here's the thing. Lindy pops up everywhere. Everywhere Kat's name is mentioned, there she is, honey. It doesn't matter what time of day. It doesn't matter. Listen, Lindy is like a tick on the ball sack of a pit bull. You can't get rid of it. You can't deal with it. You can't reason with it. You just have to learn to live with it and try to ignore her the best you can. She's not going to listen to reason. And you're not going to be able to get rid of her. So just pretend she's not there, honey. That's all I can say, because she is not going anywhere.
Everyone says, excuse me, but if you want to be left alone, why would you fundraise? I guess desperation, maybe,
Everyone has their reasons for needing help, which requires no explanation.
How about this? She's on her last leg of sanity right now because she's in love with a man that completely fucked her over, okay? And,
that's true.
And she was left with a $500 gift card in a hotel room, of which I had to save her from. And anything that has been paid or anything, I know all the details of her fucking divorce. And you keep on coming and just like pitching it and pitching it and pitching it. And I don't argue with you because I cannot argue with you because it hurts her divorce. Okay? Like the whole thing is she is on her last fucking leg. And I understand she said some hurtful things about you and your family and all this other stuff. Just think of her mental state. Okay? You're like literally pushing her to fucking kill herself.
That's the point, though. When does this end? When somebody is actually dead?
Then how would we feel about? Oh shit! Don't even go there.
Sadly, I think
no,
that some
again,
people are.
Like, can't you have like no seriously? Can't you have some couth to just let it go? You've already said it. You keep on repeating it. It keeps on going in her brain. Okay, people are harassing her, but can't you just wait till this divorce is over and then harass her then? Like, I mean, come on.
I would have to second that. I agree with Rory on this. And Mallory, I've never heard that term before. Tits on a ball ball sack. Holy crap! But,
Pitbull, because, I mean, you can't get to it. You can't deal with it. It's the truth. You know, that's how I see her, and that's how she behaves.
Yeah, leave it to Mallory to.
But no, seriously, I don't know, Lindy, if you know just where it's at, but it's at where Rory is saying, and that's why we check on her and make sure she's okay. And I know that you're not in this, and I know you have a lot of hurt because of you know, I think it was last year, and I actually wasn't going to say anything about this, but I have to agree. I have to second what Rory is saying here, and you can ask Rosie. I don't typically get into stuff like this.
No, not at all. This is why I'm really both honored, shocked that you would be in here. But I think you knew my intention.
Yeah,
was to lift you up and hold you up as somebody's been tremendously helpful, and not being in the dirt and dishing in dirt in here. So.
No one needs any of this shit when they're going through anything
you know what?
this bad.
You know what? I got sexually assaulted, right? I got run through the fucking coals by Lindy over some bullshit, okay? The whole point is I'm not going even after her for that. It's the fact that when people are at their fucking lowest, she has to dig in and just like get them at their weakest so she can win something. I don't know what the fuck it is. But the thing is there is a bigger picture here. There is like real life here. I'm friends with people in real life. I care about people in real life. I mean, if you had any kind of fucking brain, you would see someone's at their lowest. This isn't a fucking act. You would not, like, I can handle certain things. She can't. She cannot do that.
I think that regardless of who it is, attacking anybody when they're at the lowest point is just weak sauce. You shouldn't do that. That's like kicking someone when they're already down.
And I can't see the side chat, but she's already going to say, well, she kicked me when I was already down. You guys were in a beat down fight before that, okay? It was ended after that. It was ended. Everything, like there was a truce and all this other this kindergarten bullshit. And just because she went over to Dave and Becca's, suddenly you're attacking her at her fucking lowest. That's some fucked up shit, okay? And I'm not saying that your feelings aren't validated. I'm saying that you should back the fuck off at this point.
You know, just in a whole, just everybody needs to stop the bullshit on here, because one day somebody is gonna die because of the bullshit.
Boy, I hope not. Oh, that's a day.
Sad reality, Rosie, but it's true.
And one more little thing out there, since we're kind of giving her a moment. You know, Miss Lindy, please do us all a favor as well, and kindly stop the mantra that you're the town crier on behalf of saving all these poor innocent people over there who are going to get taken advantage of. Listen, we all know you could care two farts less about the people. This isn't about the people and their money, and this is about two people that you hate dearly. One of them Kat, the other Dave. And the mere thought of either of them getting what they want is like a knife twisting in your throat. So be honest. That's what you can't stand. That's what you can't stand. So just
I don't know about that. But
I
don't
know
follow it. Well, I don't follow it enough to even care about stuff like
Yeah,
that.
well, I know about it and I've seen her because that's what she's done. That's how she's validating her behavior because she's out here saying that it's basically her right, her need to do this so all these innocent people don't get scammed by Kat or scammed by Dave or Becca. You know,
who's to say that anyone is a scam? You know, there's fucking, you don't know nobody knows what goes on in people's lives. You only see like 3% of their life online. So for people to judge people for needing help or for going through a really shit time, fuck you. No matter who you are, I don't deal with that shit.
Say
Have
it again.
compassion.
I don't like to say the F word. Say it again, girl.
Oh, Mallory says fuck you. just have compassion for people and stop being such an asshole. No matter who you are, it's just really not fucking worth it.
And could I say one thing?
Lisa, you say whatever you want tonight. It's very rare you're on, so this is,
Yeah.
the two honorees here tonight. So you know how I feel about you. Go ahead.
I've heard people talk about, because unfortunately divorces tend to be open and people will some people will actually take the time to grab what's on the internet and what one side has said about the other.
Hey, Monique.
And I can just tell you and Rory will tell you, I do know the inner workings. About 50% of what was said on, I need to be careful about this, but has been false from the husband's side of the attorney.
Okay. I think yeah.
In divorces, you can throw anything you want in those papers, anything at all. You can throw anything.
Worse than that, you may be encouraged to do so. Correct, Lisa?
Exactly. An attorney will actually encourage things and twist them and write them to make them so much worse, or even totally flip it to where it wasn't even that person, it was somebody else that did it. Yeah. And so I just want to say that just because you may read something that somebody's putting out, you have to remember, until a judge actually says, no, I don't believe this, yes, I believe this, there's no proof for this, none of that really means anything at the end of the day. It's an attorney trying to fight for their client, bottom line, end of story, that's it. And I'm sorry, I don't mean to be an a-hole about this, but she's been hurt a lot because of things that truly I know for a fact were not true. And I've sat back and I've listened, and I hope she's not mad at me with this, but it is true, and I think Rory can attest to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, she had mentioned that,
I can.
and Rory had certainly said, from a legal point of view, that you're encouraged to put things in those kind of divorce things to paint a certain picture and to try to get a high ground of you know, who has suffered what, and try to get the relative merits of things. So, okay, classy redhead, thank you, honey. Nice to see you. Yeah.
You know what? We need to lighten this up a bit. I'm going to change my picture so everyone can see my boobs.
There you go.
Everything's getting too serious.
Hey, Rosie, it's Randy again.
Hey, Randy.
Yeah, I just want to be clear that, our life is no fairy tale. We don't have anything like monetary or materialistic. Rory is in love with me and I'm in love with Rory. And, there's not a person with a beating heart who would trade places with me who wants, 40% heart function. We get along on the love of each other and the love of our children. And we're an open book, and yet we're willing to give, but this is all we have to give. So, take it or leave it. This is what we have.
I'm gonna put it in other terms, Randy, because I've seen some of the chats to say, why can't Rory and Vegas do this, or why can't Rory and Randy do this or that or the other? The reality is that they're in it up to their elbows right now with a small house with other responsibilities, and this is what I'm trying to say tonight, Randy. You've already gone above and beyond, you and Rory. So you have all the aid that you can give. You're tapped. That's it. It's finito.
And you know what? I wanted to make something clear. When I first met Randy, I was still married to another man. He literally within 6 months of knowing him, my ex-husband would not divorce me, okay? Within 6 months of knowing him, he had the widowmaker fucking heart attack. He died. He came back. So he literally has had heart problems since I met him.
I know.
6 months in, and everyone says, "Oh, Rory's husband is a bum and he doesn't work." I went out there because I go stir crazy if I don't work, okay? That's just how I am. That's the type of person that I am, okay? At this point, I can't, so I'm going fucking mentally insane, but Lisa has helped me with the job lead, which would help me. And long story short, somebody has to take care of the kids. I'm not fucking a millionaire. I can't have a nanny watching them. If someone has to sit home with the kids that's good, like Randy, who cooks and does all this stuff, let him do it, because that we mold we're happy with the fact the man stays home. He can't physically work right now, okay? So he couldn't then. We got used to me working and him doing it. Then he had another heart attack, and now he can't now. He has 15 minutes. He has 15 minutes of physical activity he can do a day. That's it.
Well, Rory, let me just say this. You owe nobody an explanation. You owe nobody anything.
I know that, Nicole, but this, Rory would never come out and do something like this tonight, nor would Lisa Carly, even less so. And I wanted to just bring the
and Randy even less so.
Randy, what these people have done has been crosses even heroic in their efforts that they have financially, spiritually, morally, morale-wise, keeping Cat up. But everybody reaches their limit, and it was put out today. If you want to help. If not, at least don't be somebody that's going to throw cinder blocks off the highway at cars coming by to try to help. You know what I'm saying?
I'll be right back a second. Sorry, carry on, Rosie.
That's my don't at least stand aside and let other people do what their hearts incline them to do without planting improvised explosive devices under their cars when they come through to try to donate. And I really don't think, Kim, that she's in a position to get a job right now with her physical limitation. I mean, do you want to see the pictures of the knee? I mean, I don't know how much more
different. When I hear all those things about the get a job, I think that is such a cheap shot, because you never really know someone's capabilities of actually working. And for somebody, even if she was capable of working, which I don't believe she is, but do you know how hard it would be for her to actually be chosen for the job with no work experience, basically? She's over 50 years old. I mean, it's you can't just get a job. But that's not really what I wanted to say, but I was just following up on that. What I wanted to say is one more nicety about Rory here, since she's a lady of the hour. And and I know Mrs. B, I just don't know you that well, but you're the lady of the hour too. So
where did you go?
Lady of the hour. I do know Rory. And here's the thing. This is another shining example of her as a person. With all that Rory is going through, all that she's been going through, her personal life, her husband, her friend Kat, and life and all of its chaos, she still took time just yesterday to text me to drive by a potential hotel so she could tell me about it or take a picture of it or whatever. She took time to talk about getting my address to send me a selfie stick and something. It's like, with all that she's got, you know what I'm saying? So it's not about money. Money is so easy if you got it, right? Because you're just writing a check and it's generous. I'm not saying this, but giving yourself when you're already stretched to the limits of your physical and mental being, that's what I mean when I say she is one of the most giving people I've ever come across on YouTube. That's all. That's all I got.
Kimmy said, I thought we all required proof and receipts before expecting donations. It's only fair. See, but I think some people need them, some people don't. For me, I didn't give anything tonight. I'm just saying, for me, my stuff is more ongoing of a advisory sort of thing. But other people, they don't necessarily require proof and receipts, and we have to let people set their own bar of what they want to see. You know, that's the reality. I mean, if you want to contact and say, hey, if you get me this information, yeah, if it's kosher, then I'll go ahead and donate money. Well, that's kind of on you. But otherwise, nobody has a gun to your head to say, you know, you have to donate. And I'm not encouraging. I'm just saying it was out there. It was run by Stephanie Brown. It is what it is. If you want to do or not, I'm just here to make sure the things that have been done are honored and the people that did that are honored. That's my thing.
That's cool.
That's my whole thing. So
Rosie, can I say what we did in January?
of course, go ahead.
In January, Rosie not only helped Kat. I don't know. Am I going too far with this?
Well, I don't want to mention numbers, but there was legal, you know.
Yeah, there were legal issues, and Rosie did the research, and Rosie's, you know, I mean, she did that, and Kat said this on a hangout before. Rosie and I went back and forth with what we needed to do in Arizona, and unfortunately, Kat had a lawyer that was all talk and no
What an
whatever.
asshole this guy is. Yeah.
And now we're back down to taking the advice that we had in January.
Which will be what works. Unfortunately, that will be what works.
Yeah, I mean, the people on the panel. I don't know about you, Mallory or Nicole, but I mean, all of us on panel have done some sort of helping, and we did it in our own way. I don't have any financial value to it, but I helped in the ways I could.
You've given so much time and effort. Come on, you can't even measure, and Lisa and other people with the emotional and also the it's been
financial.
amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you and Lisa financially.
I will not let Lisa slip by being unnamed on this.
Right, and I don't know how you came up with the Mrs. B, because that's completely, because usually
I didn't want to say Mrs. C because you know. I give you one letter on each side. I could have gone to the D, but
but I do know for a fact 3 people on this panel know exactly what's going on, and no one's saying certain aspects because there are things that are going on that nobody knows, and it's nothing negative towards Kat. It's just you know, she's been advised not to put things on the internet. So when you see certain things, and when you see certain things and you're like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, it made me really angry that some people were just assuming, or they're like, this lawyer put this in. Well, guess what? If someone's going to play dirty, they're going to put whatever the fuck they want in. The last lawyer of Ari's, because he has a new one, would just put whatever the fuck he wanted in there to like bombard her, because he knew that it would like frazzle her to the point of taking a deal. And it's kind of like, you guys don't know what's going on in the real thing, and people that criticize, there are 3 people on here that know what are going on. Okay, we're not talking shit about her, so why should you be talking shit about her just because you don't know all the details? Like, I mean, there's some surprises on the internet that I don't know about. There's some like reactions that I get that like, I'm like, what the fuck? Okay. But the whole point is like, the people that are actually involved are not trashing this woman. So why should you?
Exactly.
Well, like I said tonight, my point is there's plenty of people concerned about Kat, and I can't talk about what Lindy's program she's running. I don't understand it myself. My intent's not to stand up for Kat. I do that on the daily. My intent tonight is to stand up for these 2 ladies that are on the panel here, Lisa Carley and Vegas Vixen, and stand up for them, you know, and the wonderful things that they have done. So anybody else that tries to extract or take a derivative tact on here, you're making a big mistake. Okay. That's on you. It's not on me. That's on you, not me. But you keep insisting on running a program of hate that I refuse to buy into. So whatever it is,
Could I say one? I'm sorry. I feel like I'm cutting people off.
No. I just said that. I just want to keep reminding people what I'm here for tonight. So
No, thank you. But I wanted to piggyback on what Mallory has said and Rose, or with Rory has said. And because people don't know this, but I come from healthcare background. I think Rosie does. And I'm not talking about my husband, I'm talking about my own personal degrees. There is no way any doctor would okay Kathleen to get a job at this point. Let me just say that right now. So when anybody says that and talks out of their ass, and excuse my language for saying that, I know I don't speak that way typically, but it's just, there's no doctor that unless they're being paid off, that is going to okay that at this point. And I don't want to give reasons of why, but it just is not going to happen. And when people throw that out, you have no idea what that person is dealing with, or what the other side is doing to them, or how bad it is. And I just wanted to say that because I know that has been something that when people don't know exactly what they're talking about, they say that it's not that easy in certain situations. I know, Rosie, I know you can even talk about what happens with certain depressions. You can't, at sometimes in people's lives, there's a small period of time where they just can't do it.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
I just wanted to say that.
That point of abject helplessness. And this is why friends are so important and real. It's like Michelle and some other people said on the side chat. I think side chat's thought is you should hope to have somebody, such good friends in your life as a Lisa and a Vegas Vixen, to be stand up for you. So that's my
And I'm going to throw Nicole in there too, since she's up here.
Wait, what? What did I do? Sorry.
I'm going to throw you in there with the cast of good friends to have, since you're up here.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I chose wisely.
Sorry, I literally made some toast. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lisa is right on point with that, because they throw that out there as though Kat is some lazy but otherwise vibrant 20-something who just can go get a job. Just go get a job, you lazy sack of shit. Come on. Anybody can look at her, hear her for all of 20 minutes, and I'll guarantee you within 30 minutes, you're going to be able to, at least 3 different momentums of highs and lows you should be able to pull out of her. You'll see it, you'll hear it, and we're not even getting to the physical part yet, but just the mental state.
We
can't work under those conditions, and no one is going to keep you employed to service their customers in any capacity, in that condition. They're just not.
And we walk a fine line of what we can share, and I'm always very careful about what I can share on here and what I can't. I mean, we can all say so much more than we do, but we have to set the constraints of the people that are involved and still get a message out. And
well,
I think
anyone out there with a half a brain and a little bit of eyesight, it's not even about sharing anything. It's just about paying attention and observing. When someone is not quite capable. You know it. You can see it. You can hear it. So these people, they act like they don't see what their eyes are showing them.
I mean, I have the actual physical, proof too. I mean, but I'm not here to violate somebody's privacy rights and splatter that all over. But it's enough to convince me. I don't go there. I don't talk about the possibility of that. It just ain't going to happen right now. So the main thing is to get an equitable settlement. That's the real issue. You don't get plowed under, so that Larry wins his fucktard game that he's playing. That's what bothers me.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing that to your partner.
It's just like you can't even get yourself decent legal representation, and then you get another lawyer. Then you have to reinvent the whole wheel again. They're burning another $200 an hour while he gets up to speed, he or she.
Rosie, it's not 200 in Scottsdale. It's like 430 an hour.
Well, I'm just saying, yeah, consider the area, right? Oh, how lucky, you know, it couldn't have been in the Oakland hood. $50 and a 6-pack of beer, right? Gets you the, you know.
Hey, Rosie, it's Randy one more time.
Go ahead, my friend.
Yeah, I really, I'm overwhelmed by the fact that you would honor these two ladies. It just shows what an incredible person you are. And, you know, I just want to give a shout out to, you know, to Rosie, because, man, who does this? You're a stand-up person, and you just don't come by those very often. Obviously, you know me too well to know that I don't come on these things. I happen to be sitting in the same room as Rory, listening to all this stuff. In fact, I love the tick on the pit bull's balls still. Anyway, but I'm
Yeah,
just
leave
saying
it to
that,
Mallory.
rarely do I sit in to listen to any of Rory's stuff, but I do want to say that for whatever Rory and Miss Lisa do, man, hats off to Rosie.
I don't do nothing. Compared to them, I'm the tick on the ball sack. I mean, I'm not doing anything on here. But what I'm saying is, I communicate with these ladies, and I communicate with Kat, and that's very kind of you to say, Randy. I sure didn't expect that tonight, so thank you very much. But you know, so I feel kind of sad that I would be skewered for having a hangout that stands up for these two people. But I can't always drift everything over to Studio B all the time and the drama that goes on over there. I'm able to segregate, take an event and focus on that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing I think our community fails to do is we can't take every event that happens and drag it into our own sphere of influence and make it a fight about the parties instead of the principles or the people that are involved in here. So, you know, so thank you, Randy. I appreciate that.
I'm tired of this taking
You're welcome,
sides
Rosie.
bullshit.
I'm tired of it too. I'm tired of everything just evolving into this ridiculous back and forth and back.
It's a massive shit show, Rosie. That's what it is.
War without end. It never ends. It just
Rosie.
never fucking ends.
Rosie, do you remember? Like, oh my God, maybe this wasn't a good idea. Do you remember?
Oh
that?
yeah. Oh yeah. That's
Well,
famous.
The most unfortunate part of the evening, sadly, which I'll probably lose some sleep over tonight, is the fact that Rosie went and consumed the very last ounce of Lindsay's respect. I find that very sad. How will we ever go on?
Girl,
I'll
get
be
your red
honest,
nail
you know,
polish out.
in a way I do. I feel a little, how you doing, D? I do feel a little disheartened that my message was, you know, obviously misinterpreted and used as a point to once again start hammering on the wedges here and
You know how it goes on here, Rosie. You know that.
Yeah. So I'm saying,
It's
yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't want to play. I don't want to be a part of that on that playing field. I don't want to be in that.
For Horseman, when you say stop worrying about the money and worry more about her health, in America, as I'm sure you know, you have no health if you don't have money.
You don't have nothing if you don't have money.
Well, here's the thing.
Jesus.
Here's the thing. There's a lot of people that are caring about health and well-being and doing things, and they take abuse for certain people. They do these things, and things that are said or done or whatever, they throw them under the rug because it's more important to help someone than to defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of like, you know, I am honored to have Rosie as a friend. I'm honored to have Lisa as a friend. I'm honored to have Mallory as a friend, and Nicole. I mean, like there's so much that people don't know. Nicole and Mallory, you're not really privy to. You came up here to say your piece, and you haven't been negative, and that's awesome. And you see the bigger picture, that possibly there is a bigger picture, and you trust the ones that you love. That's the thing. You trust the one, whether it be Rosie, me, or Lisa. And I just, you know, everyone's like, oh, the bottom of YouTube, it's like a shit show and all this other stuff. You know what? I found some of my very best friends on the bottom of YouTube, and consistently, we have never had any problems ever. So, I mean, there are some people that deal with the shit show and it's all there and everything. And then there are the core value people that you always are going to be loyal to. You're always going to be friends with. And Kat's one of those people. Lisa knows that Kat's one of those people. Rosie knows that Kat's one of those people. I don't know about you or Mallory, Nicole, but I mean, like, there is a reason why some people just react and some people just defend, and it's not.
And there's also a reason, Rory, that core people stick together year in, year out, year in. Yeah, we go up and down like Nicole and I on our roller coasters. We always find that we have a lot in common, and we always come back together again. It's like
yeah. Well, look at me and Mallory. Me and Mallory were on the outs for a while, and now we're friends again.
That's what I'm saying. 2015, we
and Vegas, you know how we were in 2015. We didn't even really like each other. Let's be real.
Yeah, but we really didn't go after each other either. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You just
not really. I mean, there was the odd thing here and there from everybody, but I mean, it wasn't like it is today. I mean, it's ridiculous today.
Right, and I think there's an understanding. I mean, like with Mallory, I've never had a problem with her, but we'd always go back and forth, and it was sassy or whatever, you know. But we'd always like comment on each other's. I think that we'd always comment on each other's channels and like get it, you know what I mean? And even with Rosie, I've never had a salty beef with Rosie. I would say one time I was like, what the fuck? But I didn't say anything and she didn't say anything. We just didn't go at it. You know what I mean? There's certain things like Lisa, I just met through Kat, and I'm very happy that I met her. I mean, like you just meet people through people, and it's like everybody has their beefs and they do their things, but it's truly the people that keep it behind the scenes if they're gonna have a beef, that you know they're your true friends. Do you know what I mean?
That's true. That is true.
It is true.
Lisa, I feel like you want to say something.
I think she wants to say a lot. She's a very measured individual.
Well, let's mute and let Lisa talk. Let's.
Okay, go ahead, Lisa.
Well, actually, Rory, I'm like literally outside, so I can. Oh, I'm gonna have to say this: smoke, because I don't smoke inside my house, and I'm like the internet is going half in and out. So
you filthy smoker, you! I'm a smoker too.
I know. I'm sorry.
You're a dirty birdie.
I know. When I'm stressed, I do that. I'm sorry. I'll be inside in just a second. I'm almost done, and then I'll say what I want to say.
Okay.
Yeah, don't hotbox it on our account. It's okay.
Fun fact, Rosie stopped smoking in 1991, the day that Poppy Price lost her balls at the Mekong River.
Poppy Price can't return, man. What a great night that was to see Poppy Price back, the hero of the Mekong Delta on Gunboat 235 there. Wow.
I know, you know, Rosie, I couldn't find the original picture because I deleted that account. I could not find the original picture, so you saw the new one. She's plumped up well, and she's had plastic surgery.
Hey, how you doing, Brandon? Thank you again, Pam. I think tomorrow you might not like me, but get your credit card bill or whatever on there tonight. That was unbelievable. So, hey, how you doing, Brandon? Nice to see you. We'll let Lisa finish her. I hope you guys didn't force her to hot box her cigarette there, trying to finish that smoke up.
Her Wi-Fi doesn't work outside, so I think she wants to make her point when she's inside. So.
Yeah, Dee, nice to see you, honey. Thanks for coming in tonight. Good to see you. Sandy, how are you doing, sweetheart? Nice to see you. Yeah, I really got high hopes tomorrow that when Kat wakes up, she'll see this and then text you, Rory, and get things back on track. Let's put this thing over the goal line. Let's just get this damn thing done. You know, this has been a nagging sore, open sore for a year. This community, this whole situation, and it's going to be so good when it's over. Let the court decide. let this pleading just be filed that we talked about and put together in January. Just put the son of a bitch in and force the hand of a judge.
Can't we all just get along?
Exactly.
Lisa, anything you want to add to this? I don't know if you're back inside or still outside.
No, I'm back inside. Just that, what I've said before. I always think that there's like a line, when someone's going through like the worst, just hold off. You can always hold off, and really this is almost done. And then Kat can come out and say whatever she wants. She can say the whole story. She may say, I don't want to say anything anymore. It'll all, be up to her, but at least give her that opportunity at the end of the day. And it's not like, in California where it can take years to divorce. Arizona at least has a time limit. So at least give her opportunity to speak when this is all over, and it'll be over in shortly.
And then my other hope and other expectation, go ahead, Lisa, finish up.
No. All I was going to say is that's kind of what I'm hoping for, is that, and I'm probably going to be on someone's chat disc and whatever, but
no, I can't imagine that,
But the bottom line is you have to stand up for what you know is right, and just let the cards fall where they may.
That's what I was talking about. The cards fall where they may. The message I want to get across to Kat on the court is, you take a family court. You got to understand what these judges hear on the daily. You got to understand that these judges look at juice briefs on the daily. And I mean, in the sense that things are loaded in there, bullshit loaded in. At the end of the day, what's the judge trying to do here? He's trying to look at these two parties and then make a decision about going forward. The divorce is a done deal. That's done. Nobody's contesting the divorce. It all comes down to the settlement, correct? Now, the judge's responsibility is to make sure that the settlement is equitable. Now, there can be things that come up that say this person was wasteful for assets during the marriage. But see, the judge has to look forward. He has to look at the limitations, the capabilities of somebody like Kat and say, well, this is kind of a rare case. This person has not held their job in the sense that we know it. This person does not have a driver's license. Okay, this person is ill-equipped immediately. And the medical issue that I've been shown pictorial and other proof of. I think Kat will have a better outcome than she expects at this point in time. That would be my message to her, is this judge has to dish out justice, and there's nothing that the other side can put up that the judge hasn't heard before in a family law court. So I feel quite confident that she will get some type of settlement that'll put all this nonsense behind her once and for all. Now, let's see. Becca says, I'm in a lot of pain and I'm done for the night. Lisa, tell Roy I'm terribly sorry for speaking out of turn. I know Roy's a great friend, as are you. But Becca, you didn't speak out of turn. Communications get passed along. That's the way it is.
Back to Becca.
You know what happened tonight, Becca? You gave me a chance to stand up for these two ladies here. That's my bottom line, okay, and what they did. Because I think at some point with the months and months and months that it should be honored. And it gives a chance for Kat, while all the attention is on Kat for trying to bring some donations in and some help, to just say, wait a minute, let's also make sure things don't go off the rails with these two wonderful ladies with what they've done. So it's coming up on midnight. I'm going to give the 5-minute warning. If anybody wants to give their last shots here, go ahead. And pop them in. I'm going to give
It's $300 for a selfie with my boobs. Thank you.
Nice boob shot, Nicole.
Will you write my name across them if I send
it? Vegas, I will print out a picture and put your picture between them if you like.
Ooh, it's like my head's in between your tits.
And my parting message, you're sure spending your money, Pam. My goodness, I have to put a steak in your mouth when I get down to your area there.
Hey,
My
Rosie, where do we apply to be your moderator? Damn it!
Exactly.
I know.
My parting message to Lindy is I don't want to be that person that adds more fuel to the fire. My concern was strictly for the people that have done and helped here without getting
Thanks,
involved,
Monique.
backstories or things like that. Please appreciate the difference. That's the reality of what was done here tonight.
I
So,
think we need to remember as
love
well
you,
that
Pete. Mhm.
people are truly hurting, and to put them lower than they already are just makes you look like a bad person, no matter who it is.
Yeah.
You've got to be kind. So you've got to be kind to people, and stop putting everybody down. Look, one day I said it earlier. I'll say it again one last time. You never know what's going on in somebody's life truly. So what's it going to take them to die? Just stop.
Well, that's not a day I want to be around the community that day.
Exactly. The day that happens is the day that I give up on this community.
And I just want to say that I
Thank
think
you,
Nicole
Michelle.
is trying to make more noise than necessary and talk as much as she can so that her boobs can be featured longer on the present.
maybe just
I just wanted to put that out
a
there.
little bit. Maybe just a little bit. I've been getting less of those dick pics in my DMs. So.
Anyway, on that,
Hey, Nicole, I want to see a picture of a dick pic in between your tits. How about
yeah,
that?
there we go.
I'll think about it, Vegas.
All right. On that boobalicious note, I want to thank you all for coming to
Good night, everyone.
Good
special.
night, everyone. Good
Thank
night,
you,
Rory.
Great. Lisa, thanks for coming on tonight, honey. Much appreciated.
Oh, thank you.
All right. Take care, everybody. Night.